Hey, hey, hey! What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the Child of Mecha live stream. I am your host, Tim, the one and only Child of Mecha, and it's Friday! Hey! We made it through another week, you guys. Reapers. We're rocking the Reapers today. Yeah. Mainly because the Hummingbird is 5 years old today. So, it's the birthday for the Hummingbird, so rock the Reapers tonight. So, hopefully you guys have had a good week. I have gotten a ton of work done here. And I'm sure if you are on my Patreon, you're probably getting tired of the updates at this point. Because your email or whatever is probably going ding, ding, ding with all the updates. So yeah, so we'll get into that here in a little bit. But first, if you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we have been working with here, there is an Amazon link below here on Twitch and YouTube with all that cool stuff. That side, if you're watching on Facebook, I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. It goes to help out the channel and support what we do. If you are interested in picking up one of the Reapers t-shirts, obviously you can go to www.childofmecha.com, hit the store button up at the top. You will find this shirt, many more, hats, prints, all that sort of stuff. We've got the new Ace Pilot series we just released a little while ago. We've got the Mecha Decals Insignia series that we just released, I think this week, shit. So go and stock up on all that stuff. It's not too late. It's not too late to pick up stuff for Easter, even though it's in 2 days. It can be a late Easter present. All right, there you go. What happened here? Where YouTube fails, Twitch has my back. What happened? Did YouTube take a shit? No? Okay. No, it seems to be on. Anyway, looks like Michael Dawson ran over to Twitch or something. I don't know. Anyway, oh. YouTube, too much choppiness on YouTube on Michael's end. Okay, gotcha. So, a singular thing. Anyway, so the store and everything like that. But if you really want to show support for Child of Mecha, man, go hit up the Patreon. Like I said before, posting a ton of stuff over there. A lot of stuff that doesn't make it to the normal social media channels. So yeah, definitely go and check it out. A lot of cool perks on there. We're having the very first Patreon hangout tomorrow for the Let's Hang Out tier. So that'll be fun. Everybody's got their invites for that. Excuse me. And man, just a lot of good stuff going on the Patreon. So go join up if you want to, really show your support. Hey, Greek Nakos, Mr. Charles, thank you, buddy, for the sub. Appreciate you. So go check all that out. And of course, if you want to, if you're interested in kits, tools, paints, accessories, decals, Mecha Decals specifically, go hit up our good friends right down here at USA Gundam Store. Adam and the fine crew will definitely have what you need. So, with that being said, we're going to jump right into it because, honestly, I have just been... I feel like I'm in the zone on this one. I feel like everything is just clicking on all cylinders right now. And it's exciting. And I'm just excited to build again. You get that feeling, you get that itch, where everything just, you want to get in this chair and sit down at this desk and you just want to work, right? And like everything just clicks and just works. So we're going to get into it right away, and I'm going to show you what we've been doing here for the past few days because there's a lot. So let's get to it, yeah? So camera 2. Ooh, toothbrush. Hey, let's get that out of the way. All right. So I know last stream we were duplicating all of the, you know, the details on the foot and everything. Focus. Focus. There she goes. Okay. So we've been duplicating all these details and everything on the other foot, right? Now, one thing that I totally messed up on last stream was this scribe line, and you can hardly see it now. But I went ahead and filled that in with super glue, and like you said, I mean, there's some discoloration and stuff like that, and you can kind of see the line a little bit there in the highlight and stuff as I move it back and forth. Maybe you can see it better on this side. Yeah, you can see it a little bit better on this side. Yeah, there you go, right there. But went ahead and filled both of those sides with super glue. Man, it passes the fingernail test flawlessly. And there's no doubt in my mind that that will completely disappear once this is primed up. So we're looking pretty good to that. And we'll get to that here in a minute. Yeah, we'll get to work on that here in just a minute, right? Oof, Brandon. He says, roughest day so far, currently fighting anxiety attack from tight chest. That's why I'm here for the distraction. Dude, well, welcome, Brandon. Distractions, definitely. Foot looks bomb. Thank you, buddy. You haven't seen anything yet, though. Bill says, welcome, Brandon. Let your worries fade into the background as we all heckle Tim. Come on, man. What's up with that? Heckle me. Jeez. Hey, you know what would be really cool, especially for Brandon? Let's get the frogs out for Brandon. Yeah? Let's get froggy. Let's go. Frogs out. All the frogs out for Brandon. Because he ain't feeling too hot right now. So let's get some frogs out for him. Might make him feel better. So let's go. Let's go. Excuse me. Okay, so while we're waiting for the frogs to appear, Greek Nakos, hey, at least he sees the comments on the YouTube chat in almost real time for y'all. Yeah, well, Brandon says, if we didn't heckle you, it would be a bad thing. We only fuck with people we like. There you go. Colin Barr says, heckling Tim is what Mechanism is for. Yeah, that's very true, actually. That is very, very true. Budget frog. Peter Fulford. I like it. I like it. Good stuff. Good stuff. There you go. Good. Okay, so, anyway. So we're going to work on the foot tonight. That's a definite. But I wanted to show you the shoulder that I posted about here yesterday. And here it is thus far. Looking pretty good. I really, really like it. Obviously made use of the Apex parts here from USA Gundam Store. And those are looking really, really good on this thing. And man, I'm just really very, very happy with kind of the look of this so far, right? Still a couple things I want to do to this. It's not done just yet, but it's definitely getting to a point where I'm really, really liking the design, right? So just a couple things that we've done here. Obviously, some scribes, along the perimeter of everything here. You can see the notches there. Created this panel here with the sunken plastic mold piece there from Kotobukiya. Did a little bit of scribing here on the inner portion. And as we go across the top here, you can see the use of these two little parts from the Apex parts. This big part that we talked about before. Beveled this one side here and then put those scribe lines down the end there. perimeter scribed all the way around this big part here to make that look really, really nice and kind of make it look separate from everything. Another one here on the end of the shoulder, and a couple pieces of plastic strip here. And these are actually beveled. I don't know if you can see that very well. It's tough, but these will be kind of like lights and stuff like that on either side there. I really like that look. And then, of course, one of my favorite techniques here, the half round here with the scribes in, about 1 millimeter in from both sides, and that'll become a light as well for that. So just, some safety lights and things like that. Similar to, planes and helicopters and all that, So that's kind of what we're going for. But man, I'm just really liking the look of this so far. I added a couple details here on the chest that I kind of like, and I'll show you. Damn thing! This thing falls apart like crazy. It's just that it needs to be it'll be glued, when it put it all together. But you can see one of the little details that I added right there, a little Kotobukiya relief part there. I just kind of like that. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling this. This might be kind of maybe an ace unit, maybe a commander unit, something like that, right? New follower, Mr. Cookie Lee. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the Mecha Army. Good to see you. So added that little relief part there, and you can kind of see how the the shoulder will fit in and look kind of matchy there. Added a couple strips there, and you can see in the profile how they look. I kind of like that. That's gonna look nice. I'm gonna add a couple little doodads to the top there and everything. So, but that's kind of what it's gonna look like, yeah. Which I'm really happy with so far. Really, really very happy with so far. Now, in the vein of the skull and crossbone there, I'm thinking this particular unit needs a weapon commensurate to that badge, right? So, excuse me. So, I'm going to use the rifle that came with the GM Quel, right? But what I really kind of had in mind was for posing, similar to the Jesta airdrop, how it can achieve kind of the shooter's pose, where the wrist is cocked like that, right, to hold the rifle. The Jesta hands, the fully articulated hands, have a joint where it can actually pivot that way. So those fully articulated hands already have that feature built into it, and it's really nice because all you got to do is just kind of snap that little joint, and it's ready to go in that shooter's pose, right? Where the GM Quel has the old school 3x1 hands. So these three fingers are connected. Excuse me. Focus. There we go. These three fingers are connected and only move that way. 3x1. So 3 and the trigger finger 1. And then you've got the thumb articulation. Now, this does not have that kind of snapping mechanism where the fully articulated hands do. This just has kind of the back and forth, and that even is a kind of a newer gimmick for these hands. So here's the fully articulated hand from the Jesta that I was talking about earlier, and here's the see how that See how that pops out, and you can achieve that kind of shooter's pose. So with the old school hands, you can't really do that. Hey, boom, Ben, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Yeah, appreciate it. Putting the correct angle on the dangle. That's what I'm talking about, right? So appreciated. So with that being said, I pulled out my trusty old Kotobukiya hand shit. You can't see them because they're freaking the hand units here, and these are, you know, just molded, fixed posed hands, right? And one of them is a, you know, kind of a trigger trigger hand, right? And I've been using these particular hands for years. On the Hummingbird, on the Blue Destiny over here, you know, the whole nine. I think I used one on the Aussie. I can't remember. Anyway, they're wonderful. They're great. I love them. But they don't have that. They don't have that angle on the wrist either. So what I went ahead and did, I had to find a long enough ball joint to achieve this. So I had to go digging in the crates, the parts crates and everything. And so what I've got is this guy right here. And there you can kind of see how that the wrist is kind of at a almost like at a 45-degree angle, right? So this, we can't get zoomed in anymore, but so I'll pick it up and bring it closer to the camera. So this ball joint here is from, I think it's from an old Master Grade New 1.0, and this is ABS, right? So what I went ahead and did was I filled the crevices in here with plastic sheet to make this one solid block of plastic, so to speak. And then this is all super glued in. Did the same thing with this block here, this 45-degree angle block. And then went ahead and you can see the little hole there. Before I installed it, obviously, I didn't drill all the way through. But before I installed this this pivot point, went ahead and drilled a 2/3 millimeter hole all the way down the shaft of this thing, and popped a steel pin in there. So this thing, and it goes all the way through to the hand unit, and this is all super glued in and everything like that. And this thing is really quite nicely and strong. But you can kind of see now how it achieves that shooter's pose, right? That wrist articulation. And when we put it onto the actual arm here, get in there, you can kind of see how that is going to work, right? So it's going to be able to achieve that shooter's pose, right? Which is exactly what we're looking for. Now, the next problem, because when you mod something, there's a tendency for a domino effect. Meaning that if you mod one thing, it's going to have an effect on some other part, which then you have to mod that, and you could have an ongoing effect multiple steps down the line, right? Which happened in this point. So I modded the hand to hold the rifle, but the rifle has has the finger guard over the trigger, right? So this is a fixed posed hand, so you're not going to get that. You're not going to get that guard in between here. It's just not going to happen. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I can mod that, and all of that stuff, right? But then you look at the width, and I'll show you there's a reason why I'm not showing you the rifle and the handles and everything so far just yet. I'll show you here in a minute. But the gap here in the hand is a little on the smaller side for compared to the handle of the rifle. So that caused me to think like, okay, so what can we do? And I've got, you know, an ingenious plan. So what I went ahead and did was cut the lower portion of the rifle completely off. Just cut it off, right? Scribed in the border line right around it, cut it, and that's off the rifle. Completely off the rifle. Now, I had an old GM C unit that had this exact same rifle. This is a newer mold, but they were similar enough to use interchangeable parts, right? So here's like the, you know, the barrel and everything, and you can kind of see how it's a little different, but it's still, you know, similar enough to where we can get away with these things. So what I went ahead and did was, obviously I cut the lower portion off here, right? And that's basically what that looks like, right? But we're going to have one handle there, and then I took the old school rifle and kind of worked that down, and you can kind of see the similarities are pretty close, right? I do have to add some plastic strip in here for that curve, and I need to elongate this about 2 millimeters, which isn't a big deal. But what we're going to do, and how I'm going to solve this conundrum, is that for the hand, we're going to use the old handle, and we're going to modify that to where it fits perfectly in the shooter hand, right? And when it's posed just kind of standing, just kind of, you know, we're going to use this handle with the normal 3x1 hands, right? And this is going to be the old handle that I took out is going to be permanently attached to the shooter's hand. Once everything is said and done, it's going to be permanent, and we're going to hold the handles are going to hold into here with magnets. I'm going to install some magnets in here and on the top of here, and once that's all said and done, these are just going to click in, and it's going to be utterly an utterly seamless look, right? And because the gap between everything is only 0.2 millimeter, so it's just going to look like a panel line when all is said and done. And then that way I can swap out the hands, pop the handle off, pop this one in, and obviously I needed to mod this a little bit, and then you can see I'm kind of still midway through the mod on this, but pop this in, and we got the shooter's pose. So that's the ideas for this so far, right? So far. But I'm liking where this is going. I'm kind of really, like I said, locked in the zone right now. And man, it's all flowing, and it's all working, and it's all, the creativity's coming back. The engineering part of everything is coming back. Everything is really, really in a good state right now, and I'm glad I did this practice build here, because this is exactly what I needed to get the skill set back, and I'm really quite pleased with it. Really quite pleased with it. Excuse me. All right, so let's get caught up with the chat, shall we? Because I know a lot of you are talking in the chat and all that good stuff here. So let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Pabs is with us. Hey, Pabby. Let's see. Michael Dawson, Superset 5 over there on Twitch. He's got a question.
We have a question.
Master grade Jagan Type D or real grade new? I can't decide on what one to really dig into. I mean, in my biased opinion, the Jagan. Just because I don't like real grades, but the real grade new does look very nice. The sculpt on it and everything is very, very good. So, I mean, you're good on either one. But me personally, I go Jagan. Brandon says those Apex parts look fantastic. I know, right? Peter Fulford's with us. Howdy, y'all. What do we think of the Tamiya Scriber? Any benefit of it versus the Alpha one? The Tamiya Scriber is a misnomer, and I know we've talked about this at length because a lot of people make this mistake, unfortunately, because Tamiya misnamed it. The Tamiya Scriber is more just a plastic cutter, not really a chisel or a reliable scriber. So, yeah, I wouldn't get it. I would not. Let's see. Bill says, Mr. Ruslan, the Apex parts look like they could be cut up even smaller to add minute details here and there. Yeah, I mean, there's so many options that you can do with these things. It's crazy. Let's see. Brandon says, Tamiya Scriber is badly named. There we go. It's a plastic cutter if you want to start scribing lines. Buy the chisel set on Amazon from Tim's Amazon link. $120 for 4 or 5 entry grade chisels. Yeah. What did I do with mine? Where did it go? It was literally right here. Really? Shit. Now, you know what? Now I'm like, where'd it go? Shit. Anyway, I don't care. Whatever. Yeah, $20 for like five different sizes of chisel, entry grade chisels. They're not BMCs. They're not MadWorks, Display, anything, super high quality. But for a beginner, they definitely get the job done, and they will let you kind of get the feel for it. Yeah. So yeah. Highly recommended for the beginner. Yeah. And you can't beat the price point. Under $20. I think it was $19, $19. Pretty good stuff. Peter Fulford says, "Okay, almost bought it on an impulse today." Oh, don't do that. Don't ever impulse buy. Been there, done that. Got the scars to prove it. So many bad things when you impulse buy. This. I keep this as a memento to not impulse buy. This thing, and we've shown it before. This is the Jomny Iris Studio wannabe tool. And the bad thing with this is that it would have been an awesome tool to have if it was well made, but it is not. This thing there's so much slop in this thing, it's not even funny. You've got a metal protractor that, when it's set to 0, is not really 0. It's like a degree off, and that's 0 all the way across. And there's a little nub here, so it's like it wobbles back and forth, and when it's set to perfect 0, you can actually see how one side is higher than the other. Yeah, terrible, just terrible, right? And then this side was supposed to be like a gauge, right? But you can see, look at this. You can see how much slop is in there, right? And it's just, you're supposed to have a straight cut on there, and you can see the gap, right? This thing is an absolute abomination in terms of precision tools, and I hate it, and I regret that I spent money on it, and it was an impulse buy because I was just like, oh, that solves so many problems. No. This is a memento of what not to do, kids. The Jomini Iris. Forever infamous. Infamous. So, yeah. Anyway, let's see. Brandon says you can even use the back of a hobby knife described him in a few previous episodes as went over various chisels, and the back of a hobby knife is great to start with. Yeah, for making lines like that, definitely. Definitely. Let's see. Alpha PCL for the Scriber. Or Scriber, yeah. I think that's probably, if I remember correctly, it's kind of like the Tamiya Scriber. It's kind of a misnomer, if you will. Yeah. Let's see. Bill says, Pete, I will look at it, but take any comment I give with a grain of salt since I've never even held the Olfa one. Yeah. Brandon says, yeah, I would recommend going to Tim's Amazon link in the description, checking out the chisels. Yeah. Unless you are just wanting to cut plastic sheets, then to me, our Olfa Scribe will work great. Yeah, exactly. Michael Dawson, Superset 5 over there on Twitch. I guess I can always work on both at the same time. Hey, if you want to tackle that, dude, go for it, man. Ben Big Goof says the Alpha PCL cutter is another plastic cutter, best to avoid since it cuts with a V groove, deeper and wider every pass. Chisels you leave a square U channel at a fixed width. That is very true. Bill said that is a heavy-duty scorer. It is only intended for scoring plastic to snap. It isn't intended as a hobby knife or chisel scribe, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, exactly. He says there's lots of other options for scribing or cutting that would suit the hobby easier. But if that is the tool you're interested in trying, go for it, and I will be happy to help you figure it out. There you go. See, Bill's always good with the help, man. That's why we like Bill. That's why we keep him around, right? A technique to use it for whatever purpose you want. Don't be afraid to try out new tools, especially relatively inexpensive options like that. Exactly. He says, I mean, we know people who use metalworking tools for this hobby, though they may have modified them for use in this hobby. Yeah. Sparion is with us on YouTube. What's going on, dude? Absolutely. I superglued an X-Acto blade to a washer for a scribe tool today. Hey, there you go. Creeping freely for you too. Miss John Lynn, she's over there on YouTube. Hi, Jay. And let's see, Superset 5 over there on Twitch. I added it to my collection. Sorry, not sorry. There you go. Peter Fulford says, the problem with Tim's list is all that window shopping. I know, right? It is hard. It is hard not to go in and just, yeah. Bill says always available via IG DM if you need help finding or figuring stuff out. Peter, definitely reach out to Bill, man. His search foo is Sherlock Holmesian at this point, so if it's out there, he can find it. Bill says single point of contact is never a good thing for precision tools. Yeah. Let's see. Brandon says, watching the 2015 Point Break movie right now. Very underrated. Very early 90s style movie, though. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Zoilo. Dude, I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I really am. Zoilo Jr. Moraleda. Hi, Tim from the Philippines. Hey, what's going on? Shout out, aka YOLO's Plays. Hey, what's going on, dude? Thank you for watching, man. Let's see. Nightmare 440. What's going on, buddy? Tim, how's it going, brother? Dude, it's going well. Thank you for watching, man. Thank you for commenting on all the YouTube posts and everything too. I see you. I see you. Vincent Lewis is with us. What's going on, Vince? He says, yeah, what's good, guys? How is everyone doing? Man, it's Friday, dude. It's always a good time when it's Friday. And it's a long weekend. It's Easter weekend. What up? Yeah. Chart Twins. What's going on, man? What is up, Tim? I'll catch the stream after I shower. It's been a long day. Dude, all good, Austin. All good. John Lynn says, I'm good, Tim. Painting the Cubely right now and munching. Bill is another Gunpla wizard. Right? Come on, man. Search food for days. Search food for days. Anyway, so one other thing that I wanted to show you guys that I posted on Patreon. Yeah, this is what happens when you have magnets next to your 1, 2, 3 block. That's what happens. That's what happens when you have magnets next to your 1, 2, 3 blocks. Let's go camera one so you can get the full effect. Yeah. The bags of magnets, yeah. So, magnet octopus here. So, let's get that guy off of here and get out of here. Anyway, let's get back to it. It's just funny. I don't know. All right, so one of the things that I posted to Patreon today, which is a really, really nice little effect that I really, really love using. And it's on the head, so we are definitely going to have to do super zoom for this. So let's take care of that here right quick. Let's see, where is it here? All right, let's get this into frame. Perfect, okay. Here we go. All right. So, what we've got here are two very tiny little metal vernier. You can see them in there, right? These are pretty awesome. These are both 1.3 millimeters in diameter. It's a 2-part piece. There's the outer part and then there's the inner part, and they're press fit into one another. And we'll see if we can't mount these up so you guys can get the full effect of them here. And obviously I keep them in this little plastic little makeup container. I've got like 50, 75 of these, something like that I bought in bulk on Amazon, and they are absolutely amazing for holding little metal parts and stuff. Like I keep, you know, little metal molds and stuff like that in these little guys, and they're awesome, right? But anyway, so I put these little barrels, these little verniers in that container, and they're just awesome. So anyway, you didn't tune in to hear me rant about little containers. So as you can see here, the little inner part here is nested into that outer part, and it's press fit in. And I'm gonna tell you what, man, that was the most nerve-wracking experience I've had in a very, very long time, because the first one didn't want to nest properly. So I had to get it started, and then I had to take my calipers and basically use this as a press, as a mini press. I had to put them between the jaws and press the things into one another. And like I said, these are only 1.3, and you can see my fingers? Those are my fingertips. Yeah. These are 1.3 millimeters in diameter, which is just, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so these are head Vulcans for what it's worth, and they're awesome looking. They're really, really great looking. And let's see if we can do this without having them fly all over the place. But let's see. Let's get this in here. Yeah. You can kind of see how good that looks right there. And that just will nest in there. And that's perfect. That's perfect placement and perfect alignment. And man, it just sells. It sells the illusion of scale that we're always chasing, right? And these things are just awesome, And yeah, these, whenever you can use little metal parts like this, it's just, they're so worth it. But you gotta be super careful with them, or else they go flying across the room, and like a few dollars worth of metal, precision milled metal is gone for good. And these are aluminum, so you can't, it's not like you can get a magnet out and find them that way, or else that would be actually really helpful. But you get the point. So anywho, let's get out of super zoom. There we go. And so yeah, so that's another thing that we're doing. I actually had to clip out the other Vernier's head Vulcans, whatever you want to call them. And let's get the head unit off here. So you can kind of see there, I had to cut them off and then cut down about 3/4 millimeter or so on both sides for them to match up and stick out just the right amount that I wanted for the reveal. So yeah. Let's see. Let's get caught up. Yeah, let's get caught up. Where was it? Vincent Lewis says, I feel you, Tim. I'm glad it's the weekend, right? Kelvin Branham's with us over there on YouTube. He says, at the end of the day, playing card Gundam Align is scribed BMC or Tamiya. A well-built model is a sight to see, I guess. You may not agree. I use both. Hey, whatever works, right? It's not necessarily the process. It's the end result, right? Yeah. Nightmare 440 says, it's going great, man. Just had a barbecue, been practicing scribing. You're welcome, man. Can't help it. That your work is beautiful. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you. Bill says, yeah, Kelvin, choose the tool that works best for you. Exactly. Sometimes it's just about finding a different technique. Definitely. Let's see. Ben says, watching intently because I effed these up royally on the real grade Sinanju. Nightmare 440. Holy crap, those are small, right? Superset 5 head cannons? Yes, head Vulcans, Verniers, whatever you want to call them. So many freaking names on. Peter Fulford says, if I ever go to Japan, I think I would spend more time buying accessory parts like that than kits. Yeah, dude, no. I did. Trust me, I did. The first time I went over there in 2016, I spent 3 or 4 hours in the Volk store in Akihabara, just looking at parts and tools and accessories and stuff like that. And I dropped a few bills in that store alone, right? But yeah, it's crazy, and that's exactly what I did. It's exactly what I did. The best purchase from that year, hands down, is easily that right there. The best $10 I ever spent in Japan, easily. This Wave T-Square, and then I went back, in 2019, and I bought its big brother. Best $20 I ever spent. So both of these worth their weight in gold. So yeah, if you ever do get to Japan, tools are the way to go. You can get kits anywhere. You can stock up on kits. Yeah, they're cheap, but how are you going to get them back? That's the other big thing, right? Tools. Tools are where it's at in Japan. Yeah. Oh, and for those wondering what brand this is actually not a Japanese brand. This is by CJ Hobby, which is a Chinese brand. And you can find these on places like Taobao, eBay, places like that, places that sell, Chinese aftermarket parts and stuff like that. Very, very reputable company. They make a lot of metal parts. I have a bunch of CJ Hobby products and stuff like that, and they are very recommended. Very high quality stuff. So, yeah. Good stuff there. These are, like I said, these are the 1.3 millimeters. They also come in 1.8, or at least I have them in 1.8. I'm sure they come in other sizes too. But yeah, good stuff, CJ Hobby. Good stuff. Bill says if you go to Japan, focus on tools. Those are the harder to get here than anything else. 100%. Yeah. Let's see. Brandon says, sorry, might have missed it. Did he say where he got those metal parts at? Yeah, Taobao. I got them on a Taobao order, Brandon. Yep. And Superset 5, same thing, Taobao. That's where I got them. But you can find CJ Hobby stuff on eBay and stuff like that too, which they're very common on eBay. And I think CJ Hobby sells directly on eBay as well. So yeah, I think they have a shop on there and all that stuff. So they're very prominent on there. So yeah. Let's see. That was the containers. Yeah, Sam. Bill says it is like using the pins from electronics. Yeah. What are they? IC pins, something like that. Mr. Geo over there on Twitch says, I like how you work your Gunpla and you give good advice. Hey, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. I think that's Howard. Howard, I think that's you, right? Yeah. Let's see. Charles Dodge is over here on YouTube. He switched over from Twitch. He says, I send my Japan purchases back home through the military APO mail system. Costs like I sent it from Seattle. Ah, see? That's, yeah. You can do that. Not everybody can, though. But if you can, hey, get it. Superset 5 says, can we find the same items at Sim Pro? I don't think Jun has anything like that. But, I mean, check. But I don't think that he does. Soravan Zero. What's going on, Soravan? He's over there on Twitch holding it down. Sim Pro has some things. It's worth looking at them first before hitting eBay for China-made stuff. Yeah. And Soravan, I need your address, dude. Send it to me. I need to send you a thank you card. Shoot me that. Please. And thank you. Peter Fulford says, yeah, my friend that was based in an air base right outside Tokyo retired from the military and moved back here. Nice. And yeah, Mr. Geo says, yeah, it's me, Howard. Cool. Good stuff. But yeah, guys, CJ Hobby, great company. They make a ton of metal parts. They make the little power cable beads and everything. They make thruster bells in all sorts of different sizes, shapes, and everything. They make metal spikes for like Zaku shoulders, Goof shoulders, all of that. Just a ton of stuff. And like I said, very high quality things. I've used CJ Hobby products for years, and I've never been disappointed. So, cheers to CJ Hobby. And hey guys, if you're watching in China, call me. I'm stupid. What do you want? It's Friday. Shut up. All right. Charles says, and it only cost me $60 round trip to fly from Seattle. You son of a bitch. God. Damn it. He says, I just got to get to Seattle first, though. There you go. Soravan says, crap, I forgot about that. It's all good, dude. Brandon says, I'm curious how much it would cost to get a website set up and become a U.S. dealer for all these detail part companies. I mean, about ready to say call them. No, don't call them. Email them and see. I mean, it can't hurt, right? Most of these companies have, Taobao pages and shops and all that good stuff. And, yeah, who knows? Peter Fulford says, website, not much. Marketing the site? Yeah, marketing is always a different beast entirely. CML, getting a website of itself isn't extremely difficult or expensive. Yeah. Brandon says, yeah, I was more curious the startup cost of becoming a dealer. Brandon, be careful with stuff like that, because back in the day I became a distributor for G System, the resin kit maker, and while it was awesome getting the 40% discount, I ended up getting high on my own supply. Yeah, and spending more money than I made. So, just my best word of advice is just be careful with it. Know what you're getting into. Set boundaries for yourself, obviously, which is probably easier for these little parts than giant resin kits in retrospect. But still, just keep in mind. Yeah. Anyway, Charles says, yeah, but the non-monetary cost to get that deal isn't worth it. Oh, it sucks. But still, dude, $60 to go to Japan. I don't know. Not knowing the non-monetary cost, like you said, I don't know. It just, the draw of Japan is so strong. Anyway. Charles Dodd says, website and marketing not too bad. Customer hate because the ship ran aground or the dock workers went on strike, not compensatable. Yeah, well, I mean, there's always that. There's always those things, which are unavoidable, So, anywho, what time is it? Oh my God, it's 11:02. We need to get some work done here, kids. Let's go. All right. So, we're back on the foot, yeah? Back on the foot. We are setting aside all of the other fun stuff that we showed, the shoulder, the pistol shooting, all that. Oh, HRO148, my boy. He says, you broke the 10 plastic crack commandments. Oh, hitting it with the Biggie reference. I love it. You know what? For that, you get, yeah. It's the 10 crack commandments. Yes. Love it. I love it. Good stuff. That hits. That hits right here. You. Charles Dodge, 20 plus years in the military service, just the wear and tear on the body is oof. True. I got you. Yeah. That's the, yeah, no, I get it. I totally get it. Julie says, oops, I'm late. For some reason I thought today was Saturday. Dude, you're not the only one, man. I woke up today, I'm thinking like, what the hell is today? And yeah. Hey, Zircon Winter, welcome to the Mecha Army. Thank you for joining. I appreciate that. Let's get this one going here too. Yeah. Nice. I dig it. Welcome to the Mecha Army. You get the Mecha Army badge. You get access to the Mecha Army, the Mecha emojis on YouTube here, as well as the frog. Yeah. So, good stuff. All right. Anyway. Zircon Winter says, been a fan for a long time. Dude, thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Awesome stuff. Charles Dodge says, so funny April Fool's Day pick that wasn't a prank. Reaper Miniatures got some containers of their newest KS minis in, and they shared a pic of the shipping container. It was an evergreen container. I love it. Big goof, Mr. Ben with the frogs. He got the frogs out for Zircon. I like it. Zircon says, supporting a channel that helped me stay sane while going through my bad breakup. Dude, I feel you on that. I'm currently going through a divorce myself, so I'm right there with you, buddy. I'm right there with you. Yeah, there's a few of us out here doing that same thing, and it ain't fun. It ain't fun. But just like for me, there's light at the end of the tunnel. There will be, or maybe there already is for you. So there you go. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. I appreciate that. That takes some cojones. Zircon says, and watching and learning new tricks kept me from being depressed. So is why I asked if I can paint my cannon. Oh yeah, the cannon same as yours. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't trust me. I don't hold copyright on the paint schemes or anything. And shit, I just took it from the gun cannon anyway. So yeah, by all means, brother. By all means. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. See, and that's the cool thing about this hobby, man. It's an escape, right? And for me especially with doing this stuff, I'm locked in. I'm in my happy place again. This studio is once again my sanctuary, my my fortress of solitude, so to speak, man. Yeah. So Sanctum Sanctorum for you Marvel fans or whatever. But yeah, it's a good hobby, and it's a good way to escape from shitty reality. Yeah. Whoa, look at who we got now. Blast from the past, Mr. Edward Leonard. What's going on, Edward? Good to see you, buddy. He says, sup, Timbo? What's going on, bud? Yeah, Zircon Winter says it's your secret garden. No, I mean, aside from a shitty song, it really is, right? And you got to go way back to know that reference. But yeah, it really is. It really, really is. It's my happy place. So yeah. So dude, that's awesome. Thank you for joining up. Thank you for supporting. And brother, I wish you the best in everything. Edward says, missed you, bro. Dude, same, dude. Same. Thank you. Appreciate it. We're locked in. We're back in business here. We're in the zone. Yeah. All right. So, speaking of the zone, let's get back into building. Okay? So we got most of the side details done here on this thing. We got a couple little notches and stuff like that to match up on this part. But what we're going to be tackling tonight is the top part here. Those scribe lines and that detail here as well. We're going to be trying to duplicate all that goodness there. So, with that being said, the first thing that we're going to need is we're going to need some Dymo tape. So, find my Dymo tape on this mess of tools here. Obviously, you guys can't see it because I keep it hidden from you because I don't want you to think that I'm an utter slob. But it's a contained chaos. It's an organized chaos, if you will. It's a dichotomy, a conundrum. It's just something that I tell myself to sleep better at night. So shut up, don't judge me. Anyway, let's get the backing off this thing. All right, so there we go there. Get our little tweezers and pop that off. Now, the way that I went about locating these vertical lines here, I actually played off of these notches down here on the toe. So what I went ahead and did was, because this tapers, and I didn't want a tapered panel line. I wanted straight, as straight panel lines as possible. I went off the edge right here of this notch. So we're going to do that same thing here and try our damnedest right there. Let's get that nice and straight. Now, this runs right off the back edge of the upper toe part here, so we're not really going to be too concerned with stopping and all that. So, again, 0.15 for all panel lines, and let's Let's make sure that looks nice and straight. Yep, that looks good. All right, and we go to work. Get the groove. And now we go to depth. And there we are. Cool. So that's done. Now we pull this piece of tape off of here. Just like that. Pop it around and do the same thing from the other side. And there we go. And I watched, and I know not everybody is has seen the latest episode of Falcon and the Winter Soldier, but there was a Martha moment in this week's episode, and I don't know if you guys caught about it or thought about it or anything, but there was a Martha moment, and I was just like, why did you say that name? And it was in reference to a movie that has just come out on a competing network. And that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. I mean, if you know, you know, but it kind of got me. I'm like, whoa. Like, just, why did you say that name? You know? So, yeah. Interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. All right. Now, I'm breaking one of my rules here and scribing under the tape, and I probably shouldn't have. There we go. There we go. All right. So now we've got our two vertical lines, looking pretty good. Let's get the debris out of the top there. Make sure these are to the proper depth. Very good. All right. Excuse me. And now for the piece here, I know it's probably hard to see, but behind the raised detail there is a line going across, horizontal to the piece. Right now, I believe, yeah, that's probably just a 1 millimeter. Let me see, and I can't use Craig's because it's a little too shallow here. So I need to use one of my old school ones. And let's see. I think I used this one. Yeah, had to be this one. Because this, the reason why I use this one, because it's nice and shallow, and it doesn't hit the bottom toe part here, right? Toshi. So Marvel fired some shots. I wouldn't say they fired shots. No. It was just a reference, and it wasn't demeaning or anything like that. It was almost like a tip of the hat type of thing, which was kind of cool. But it did make you wonder, why did you say that? What the... You know? Because when I heard it the first time, I actually had to rewind it and really make sure that they said what I thought that they said. And I'm like, yo, what? You really said that? Damn. Okay. Cool. And I will say this. It's not about DC. It's not about DC. These are not the droids you're looking for. Anyway, it wasn't about Star Wars either. Jesus, I don't... Before anybody gets on that train. No. Anyway, all right, let's get this before I say too much more. God damn it. All right. So there's our 1mm panel line across the top here. And let's get this back into place here, and let's get the depth using the scribing jig, because I don't think I went deep enough initially. There we go. That's much better. Get those pigtails out of there. Am I on camera? Yeah, cool. Okay, so now we've got our kind of baseline for the top of the foot here, right? There we go. So we've got the box scribes done in here. We're not going to worry about the notches just yet. That'll come later. But we want to tackle the raised detail now, right? Let's see. Bill says, for those wondering, the small T-square Tim has is the Wave HT382. Mr. Hobby has an almost identical one called Mr. T-type ruler GT78. Both are out of stock almost everywhere. Hey! I know. I think George, our friend Mr. Old School Gunpla, has one. I think he said it was by Trumpeter. That is somewhat similar. He says it's not the greatest, but it gets the job done for him. So maybe look into that until the Wave and the Mr. Hobby ones come back in stock. Yeah. What I would say is maybe even reach out to someone that lives in Japan. Our good friend Ricardo Silver Maverick. He still has, even though he's living in the States now, he still has connections with a bunch of folks in Japan. He can get stuff. Our good friend Mr. Ryan Bartoletti. He is active duty over in Japan in the Air Force. He just got back today, and he can get stuff, from over there as well too. So consider reaching out to one of those gentlemen, or there are some other companies that you can reach out to. All of that, if the need arises. So great guys, both of them, friends, and yeah, really good stuff. Pleasure to work with. Brandon says, now I'm curious what they said. Bill says the Mr. Hobby one is thicker, though. Really? Interesting. Brandon says, been trying to get the Mr. Hobby one or Wave for over a year. Yeah, it's tough. They sell out within minutes of coming back in stock. Yeah, because they're that good. Yeah. Bill says, new type carries the Wave spray gunner, the Mr. Hobby one. Neither is in stock. Brendan says, yeah, I have a notification set up to be alerted when they come back in stock. There you go. Brendan says, Trumpeter is okay, lacking a very prominent lip on the back, so it slides off easy. Yeah. You could reinforce that, Brandon. A nice thick strip of plastic super glued to the edge of that would help with the slipping. Just an idea. Bill says, I think I saw him in stock at Plaza Japan. Let me check. See, and that's the thing, man. Bill with the search foo. Bill with a search foo is always on point. Always on point. Cheers to Bill. There we go. Brandon says, great idea. Yeah, well. You know, necessity is the mother of invention. Edward Leonard says, things could be getting real. Maybe I shouldn't be hitting the vape. LOL, I might be saying goodnight. Hey, man. Whatever works, Edward. Whatever works, buddy. All right. So, this top raised detail here. It's pretty simple stuff, this. Where is the 1x1? Oh, it's always an adventure searching for the 1x1 millimeter strip here on this mess. But found it. Fuck, no, I didn't. That's a 1.5. Shit. Son of a bitch. Oh. Got it. All right, so we need 1x1 millimeter, and then we are going to need our, where is it? 1 millimeter half round. Nope, that's not it. That's it. Okay. So these two pieces here, that's all we're going to need for this raised detail, yeah? Miko Pla, Michael Francisco, damn adulting, I'm late. It's okay, dude. You can rewatch it. It's all good. It's all good. All right. So for this, we've got 1x1 millimeter blocks that we have cut down, obviously, to a nice little beveled shape there as our end blocks, and then we just have a strip of half round in there, and that's really all that this is. It's very simple stuff, yeah? Trav City is with us. What's going on, Travis? Good to see you, bud. So let's get some measurements here. This is about 2 or so millimeters in length. So what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of freehand everything here. And we're just going to take it step by step here. Now, I've got to get this a little bit closer to me. And I apologize. So this is going to be off camera. But I need to get the cut right. And was my head in the way? Yep, there it is. Jesus. Anyway. Alright, so one there. One there. Okay, so we got these pieces cut. Here are the little pieces. Yeah, get them on the gray so you can actually see what the hell they are. And that's all we're going to need for these little pieces here. And we're going to shape these down here. And actually what might help is to use our 1, 2, 3 blocks as kind of a build platform here to raise it up so you can work a little bit easier, right? Let's see. Scale mates. Interesting. Brandon says, my local hobby store got a fresh stock of evergreen styrene in. There we go. I need to stock up on that. I'm getting low on some of the dimensions. He says, it was very hard not to buy one of every size they sell just to have. Let's see. Scale mates, not Plaza Japan. There you go. Miko says, oof, that's a spendy tool, but well worth it, I'm sure. How much they want for it? Let's see. Let's see. How much do they want for it? Yes, yes, yes. I accept the cookies. Whatever. 21 euro, 26 USD. Yeah, I mean that's. Yeah. It's worth it. It really, really is worth it. I use the thing every single time I sit down to this bench. So, I mean, $26 for a great tool that you use all the time that is, in my opinion, essential, small price to pay. Yeah. Even if it's coming from Germany. Yeah. Small price to pay. So, let's see. Travis says, "Oh shit, what's up?" Yeah, man. That scribing was on point, right? Miko's post today. Yeah. Bill says, "Only place outside of eBay I found with either in stock." Yeah, there you go. Miko says, "I didn't realize that was you, Trav City. My IG's Gumpla Vapor." Yeah, there you go. Ben says, "We should group buy on Evergreen Plastic. Probably save a ton of bulk orders. I mean, if it doesn't get stuck in a canal somewhere." But sorry, that was a stupid joke. I had to though. Edward says, "Mikopla, it doesn't get better when they are old enough and move because then you need to start adulting yourself, right?" Bill says, "Only that expensive because stock is so low on them right now. When in stock stateside, you can get them for 8 to 15. Yeah, no doubt. But still, I'd still pay 26. I'd pay $35 for this little guy any day of the week, with shipping and everything added on to it. On top of that, that's what I would pay for this because this is so useful to me. It just is, and yeah, that's just my opinion. Opinions differ. It may not be worth that to you. Do what you think is right, you know? But yeah. Anyway. Trav says I lost my place because Ben just, hey, $5. Thank you, Ben. He says dad jokes never get old, right? Let's see. Trav says, "Yo, Tim, any suggestions on rare earth magnets? I see you have them on your 123 blocks. Do you ever use them on your Gunpla mods?" Oh, dude, rewind the stream back and you'll see what we're doing with the gun. And yes, to answer your question, I use them all the time. My favorite retailer, let me get one of the tentacles of magnets disconnected. My absolute favorite is K&J Magnetics. And right down here, kandjmagnetics.com. They sell all sorts of magnets, neodymium magnets. They sell N52s in a very, very wide variety. And N52s are the strong ones. They also sell N42s, which are still very strong, but a little less strong than the N52s. I have airdrop suspended with 3 N52s. Not this size, bigger, but still, airdrop is suspended by 3 N52 magnets. Shit. Let's see. One of, I think it's one of these guys on the back. And then, ooh, hey, Edward Leonard, $2.99 super chat. LOL because. Thank you, Leonard. I appreciate you, buddy. And then some of these bar magnets here. Just the blocks and stuff like that under the shoulders I have. And as you can see, I have just a plethora. Three Amigos reference. A plethora of magnets here in a bunch of different sizes, widths, thicknesses, all that. And it's just, they're fucking amazing to work with. But yeah, K&J Magnetics, that's where I get all my magnets from. I would never go anyplace else. kandjmagnetics.com. They have really, really good prices. And these little guys here, 1/16 in diameter by 1/32 in thickness. This is an N52. This is the smallest one they make, I believe, which is crazy. And these guys are really, really strong for the size. And the bigger the magnet, the stronger the pull. They've got a ton of different sizes. So yeah, K&J Magnetics, Travis, that's where I go for all my magnets every single time. Let's see here. Hey, Mr. B Plamo Brock, what's going on, buddy? He says, "Hello, everybody." He says, I love you, Tim. Aw, thank you, man. Give my best to Iris and the family, buddy. That's awesome. Let's see. Miko says, I bought a bunch of 1x1mm magnets for my Master Grade Hazel ammo clips. There you go. That's a good use for them, right? Trav says, sweet. Well, thanks. We'll check them out. Kenneth says, speaking of magnets, I found some 0.5mm by 1mm size, tiny micro size. Not sure what can we use them for. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to... That would be a very, very, very small application. And I would worry about the pull strength of those sized magnets. Because you couldn't really rely on just one. You'd have to use multiples of those around an application to you know, get a decent hold on a part, you know? I don't know. I've never needed one that size before. Let's put it that way. Greg Blair is with us over on YouTube. What's up, Greg? He says, I need to look into those. Been thinking about adding magnets to things. Dude, K&J Magnetics. Definitely the place to go. John Lynn says, magnets for ants? Exactly. Exactly. Or magnets on ants. Magnet ants. Mr. B says, I miss you too. Iris says hello back. Aw. We just our daughter to put our daughter to sleep. Well, that came out wrong. No, I get it. Trust me, dude. I get it. And congratulations on the new one too. Miko says, I know there's a way to wire up LEDs and use them in conjunction with magnets. Maybe use them that way. Maybe. Mr. B says, and finally we caught your stream. Hey, there we go. I know you've been busy. You've been working and stuff like that too, and all of that. So trust me, I get it. I get it. All right, so let's shape these things here real quick. Let's get this going. Yeah. So what we need to do first, and again, I'm probably going to block. Well, maybe not. We need to get an angle. Cut in to these and whoop. Let's see, that is not straight. I didn't think it would be the first time. So, come on, you little guy. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to come in from this angle. Just slightly shave off the end there. Now we're nice and straight. Good deal. Because the end, cutting it, wasn't square. So I had to come in with the knife at a horizontal, across the horizontal plane and cut down. And that usually will get you pretty close to square. Let's try it right out of the gate with this one. Let's see what happens. Not bad. Jesus. All right, so let's inspect this. Damn, yeah, pretty good. Not bad for my money. All right, so let's get these matched up with their brothers here. Nice. Okay, so we got to cut shave a little bit of the end off to get it to length. And guys, this is where the visor, the magnification visor, comes in super handy. All right, let's see if that matches up. Yeah, that's dead on, or close to it. We'll shave just a hair off of this thing. Boop, just like that. Just a sliver, right? So that one's good. And come on, get this thing right side up here. Whew, and there. And there you go. You can kind of see how crazy these are. These parts are, right? So let's spin this around. One thing I want to do is try to match the angles a little bit better. Good. I know I'm not talking, I'm probably not even on camera, so just bear with me here, guys. It's a small, tiny, minute procedure. So, all right, so we've got our two little end blocks here, right? Our two little guys, yeah? So we're going to put those off camera here. We're going to bring in this guy, and then we are going to get our good friend Plastic Magic here, because we're going to need this to apply these, because we don't want to use super glue, because with super glue, the small footprint that this has, the super glue is not going to hold nearly as well as a solvent-based glue that will, melt the pieces together. So that's why we use the Plastic Magic, and it provides us a little bit of time to help locate these pieces here too. So with that being said, let's grab one of these little guys. Visor down. Get some Plastic Magic on this guy. And we want to put a decent amount on this because the Plastic Magic does evaporate very quickly. Okay. Good. Good. All right, so I'm going about a millimeter in from the scribe line, and I'm using a 1 millimeter strip just to gauge the distance, right? And then we'll go and pop the other one on here. And same thing, I'm about a millimeter in. From that scribe line, and it's butt up right up against the horizontal scribe line that we did. Okay, let's gauge this. I think it's a little close. Yeah, it is. So we're going to push this in a bit. There we go. And there's our two border blocks. Kind of, like I said, about 1 millimeter in from those scribe lines. And there you see it starting to come together, right? So that's where we're going. Now, the next step is to cut our half round to fit in the middle here. Now, a lot of people would say, well, Tim, why didn't you cut the half round and install it, cut it to length and install it in between these two, as a second step before you glued this one in? Because the placement from the panel line on this is way more important than cutting and having ease of procedure at that point. So that's why we're doing the things in this order. So just keep that in mind. Let's see here. Mr. B says, "Thanks, man. We are happy, especially me with my Plamo baby, scale 1 to 1. Nice." Brandon says those tiny magnets might be good for if you want different color lenses on cameras, eyes, sights, etc. Super small parts you might want to make swappable. Interesting. Yeah. Let's see. Bill says, but at least there are 2 options for you. There you go. Kevin Brenham says, "Hey, Bill, stepped out to get my specialty additive. Just saw your line, and yes, it is. It's what works for that person or me. Exactly. Yeah." Greg Blair says those magnets are super inexpensive. $14 for 100 of those 1/16 mini suckers. Good deal. Yeah. Let's see. Bill says the super tiny ones are great for orientation, like a larger magnet to hold the shield on the arm. Smaller one would keep it aligned on the arm. Yeah, exactly. Brandon says, "Oh, if anyone is looking to buy Instaset, Amazon has the small spray bottle for like $12, but 14, and you can buy the big bottle with no spray cap." There you go. Superset. Oh, Superset. I guess he typed in the wrong window. Let's see. Brandon says $12.75 for 8-ounce with no spray cap. There you go. Let's see. Big Goof. Ben says blunted lure locks on squeeze bottles is a great applicator for Instaset. Tim's got a bottle set linked in his Amazon. Yeah. Oh, the little needle set. Yeah. Bill says also they would be great for beam sword handles. Put one in the handle, one on the rack for storing on the MS, one on the beam effect part. Yeah. Let's see. Mr. B says, "What is plastic magic? Is it plastic cement? Unicorn pea? Fairy gum? What?" Yeah, Barack. This is my favorite solvent, cement, plastic cement. This is by Deluxe Materials. And this is better, in my opinion, than Tamiya Extra Thin. Even though, yes, I still have my Tamiya Extra Thin, and I still use it on occasion because the Tamiya Extra Thin is a little bit hotter. I know our good friend George, Mr. Old School Gunpla, talked about this in one of his live streams here within the past couple of weeks. And I know Bill looked it up. I think there's like 50% toluene in this. And there's probably a higher concentration in the Tamiya Extra Thin. But the good thing about the Plastic Magic is that it works with ABS, styrene, and other plastics other glues cannot. I've had luck with definitely ABS, ABS to ABS, ABS to styrene, all of that, acrylic. This has worked pretty decently on. So, yeah, this is why I use Plastic Magic. It's a great solvent glue. And, yeah, I actually have 2, let's see, I've got my 2 half bottles, which I'm going to combine into one once this one is down to a level that I can combine it. And then I've got another full one up on the shelf just in case. So I don't like to take chances with things, and I like to have enough to tide me over in case there's a global pandemic. So, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, and Ben, Mr. Big Goof says it's like Tamiya cement, but works on ABS and PLA. Yeah. Bill says rubber cement like Tamiya Extra Thin, but uses a stronger solvent and so works on more plastics. Yeah. And Mr. B. Barack says, "Okay, nice. I will buy some. I think that I have the acrylic plastic putty of that brand." Yeah. Deluxe Materials is great. It's a great company. I think they're it's a British company, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. But I think they're a British company, and yeah, they make a lot of good hobby products. So yeah. And Barack, if you like it, think about it for your store. Just saying. Yeah, just saying. Anyway, all right. So let's cut this piece. This is an easy procedure. You basically just line it up with your blocks, and then cut just a little bit more. All right, So I'm just gonna trim off right there, right? Make it a little notch, and then you should be able to, yep, snap it right at that cut point. So basically, like score and snap, right? But with a half round. So let's get this guy turned over to the right. Come on, really? There we go. Get him turned over to the right side, and then let's see. This is going to be very long. Yep, good. Okay, so we're going to have to nibble off just a little bit, and we're just going to do a little bit at a time. And still about, I don't know, 0.5 millimeter, 0.4 millimeter long. But that's good. It's better to cut long and trim than it is to cut short the first time. And ooh, look at that. That is going to be a perfect fit. Perfect fit. Okay. Excellent. All right. So let's get our plastic magic uncapped there. Let's get this guy out. Let's get the visor down so I can see what the hell I'm doing. Let's get some glue on this guy. Okay. And good. All right. Excellent. Now, one thing that I do like to do, since the plastic magic is so thin, I like to just dribble a little bit in the connections, and also across the front and back of the half round, and let the capillary action kind of do its thing and go under, seep under that half round, because that's the part you really worry about. You know, you don't want the half round coming up on you, right? So there we go. 2 matching raised details on the feet. Looking pretty nice. Yeah, looking pretty nice. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see. I will try to contact them to see. There you go. Yeah. That was from Mr. B, Mr. Barack there. Bill says, Tamiya is acetone based, but only has 2 ingredients. Plastic Magic is toluene and heptane based with 5 ingredients. So that's probably why it's able to react with different materials then. I know Bill looked up the chemical sheets on both of these, so that's why he knows. It's good stuff, though. It's good stuff. Let's see. Mr. B says, thanks for the advice, my friend. Dude, you are welcome. Anytime. Anytime. Miko says, it's better to have too much than not enough. You goddamn right. Sparion says, butyl acetate and acetone. Toluene. Toluene. I always mispronounce that, right? Is what us kids huffed back in the day. Jesus. Oh, man. Peter Fulford says, don't you just love it when you paint parts individually? Then after cleaning up and assembling the parts, you start to notice the missed surfaces, thin coast, and everything. I mean, yeah, it does happen. It does happen. Bill says yes, Sparion. There you go. Heptane is used on food. Toluene, or whatever is considered the strongest solvent of the four, though, of course, it all depends on mixtures. True. Let's see. Goalie Zero. What's up, Carl? He's over there on Twitch. He says, wait, I got here late? Start over. Yeah, rewind it, dude. Rewind it. Ain't happening. All right. So, we're looking good as far as our raised detail goes. Now we just need to get these little notches back in there. And honestly, you guys have seen me scribe notches before, so is it really that interesting to see me scribe notches in? Probably not. So we're going to kind of move on to the heel. And kind of get that going, get that at least started. We've only got a few more minutes left here, but at least we can get this bit started, right? So, same thing with the front of the foot. There's a baseline, which is scribed all the way around, which everything else is based off of. And let's get the upper armor removed there. Let's see, I believe, what was that, 2 or 2.5? 2.5. Where's my 2.5? Here it is. Yeah, so that was a 2.5 baseline all the way around. So that's what we're going to start with on the other heel here. And let's get our visor down. Oop, that's the one we already scribed. And let's just dig in to this guy here. All right. All right. So, scribing in, baseline there, transition around to excuse me, the beveled edge. Now this is kind of the important part here, because it's not right up against the guide, right? So you need to be a little careful when working with this, because if you were to try and nest it right along the edge there, you'd get this weeble wobble effect. So I'm using the rest surface in conjunction with the two sides here as a nice stable platform. But it does make about a 1 millimeter gap between the scribe guide and the part itself. So it's very, very important that you keep your chisel nice and level, and so you can connect the two lines seamlessly, right? So that's the crucial part. Okay. And the same thing with the back of the foot here. There's a slight curvature to this. So if you were to rest the scribing side up against the wall, you'd have, again, kind of a teeter-totter effect. So you have to put the resting side on the bottom here, and just kind of really just be careful with your scribe line, and just trying your best and connect the lines. And that's pretty good. It may not necessarily be perfect, but it's pretty damn good, and it's close. That's the thing. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be close enough. Always remember that. Just has to be good enough. Oop, that's not good enough. That's nowhere near good enough. Alright. Looks like I'm going to have to either sand that little bit out or fix it later after the fact. Okay. And then this part is a little bit more, this part's a little straighter, so you can rest the guide wall up against the this portion here and get good results. There's no wobbling teeter-totter effect or anything like that on this particular surface. And that's the main thing with any scribing guide, jig, whatever. It's crucial to have a nice straight surface to set it on. There we go. That connection's good. Now we're just basically going back and we are getting these lines to depth. And so far, looking pretty good. Okay, so there's our baseline. Done and dusted, as the Aussies say. Let's see here. Bill says perfection is almost good enough for me, right? Jesus, man. Yeah, for all of us, right? For all of us. Anyway, so with this, there's also, you can see there we've created this little, kind of sub panel, much like the back little panel there on the front of the foot. We mirrored that on the back of the heel as well. So, going off of our baseline, I believe that's what, 4? Yep, exactly 4 millimeters from 4 millimeters from this break point here on the bevel in on the baseline. 4 millimeters in from here is where our line, our vertical line, is located. So what we do is we can use our 2.5 and we invert it, and we use the resting side as our scribe side, right? And then we just measure in 4 millimeters from that break point. Oop, it just slid on me. Yep, 4 millimeters from the break point, and then it keeps sliding. There we go. Get a better grip on it initially, and then we won't have that problem. There we go. All right, so now we've got it located, and we're going to use that vertical as our guide. And there we go. There's our vertical line, creating our new little sub panel. Get that to depth. And of course wrap the line. Okay, and there we go. There is our brand new sub panel. Created, scribed, and looking good, right? Now, we'll do the same thing on this side. And let's get a good grip on this thing before we start. There we go. And again, we'll come in 4 mil. Use the support side as our vertical. Okay, get rid of that. Let's get this to depth. All right, and of course wrap the line. Get the debris out of the way. Okay, and there's our, let's see, other sub panel. There we go. Cool. All right, so that brings us to 1201. We'll keep going. We'll keep going. We'll get this done. Yeah. Bill says, Tim, you should really look into getting some of the yellow Scotch double-sided tape, a little strip of that on the inside portions of those guides would help keep it steady and would be easy to remove. Yeah, you know, and I've been using my sticky tack as kind of a almost like a base to get a better grip, but I didn't think about it just right now, and hindsight being 20/20 and all. But yeah, I was using that on some of the other pieces that I was scribing, mainly the shoulder pieces here with this perimeter scribe all the way around. Use that a lot for those. So, all right. But yeah, good, very good point, Bill. Very, very good point. All right, so next thing that we're going to do is we're going to cut in this middle gap here that's going to basically start to create these two other sub panels, right? And for that, real simple, we're just going to eyeball this off of the middle gap here. And that looks about right. And we just kind of make a small cut into the plastic. And then we can do a little bit of measuring. 3 there, 3 there, perfect on both sides. So, so for this middle kind of dividing line, we're going to actually use our 0.3 millimeter chisel for that, just to give it a nice thicker division between the two. And what we're going to do first is we're going to start on the top. Since we've got our little cut line from the hobby knife there. Okay, and let's get that nice and set in. So technically we're doing the wrap side first, and then we'll come down and transition the line into the back of the panel here. And for this, I am just going to freehand. There we go. Okay. So, looks pretty good, looks pretty straight, nice and vertical. Now we can go about getting this line to depth. All right. Very, very good. And there we are. A little dust in there and debris, but nothing terrible. There we go. Much better. Yeah? Much better. All right. Let's see. Bill says, okay, folks, got to jump off. Have a great one. Bill, thank you, buddy. Appreciate you, man. Scuffle. What's up, Scuffle? He says, happy post April Fool's Day. Scuffle says, be right back. I heard an ouch and smell burning food emanating from the kitchen. Ooh. Never good. It's never a good thing, is it? Never a good thing. Let's see. Carl over there says, well, guess I'm scribing tonight. Thanks, Tim. You're welcome, Carl. He's over there on Twitch, Mr. Goalie Zero, our boy. All right, so we're done with the 0.3. We're going to get that out of the way. And now we're going to replicate the 45 degree... Focus. There we go. We're going to replicate the 45 degree angles here on these sub panels. So for that, we are going to use Collins, Mr. High Craig's angled scribing jigs, right? Angles with a 45 degree cut in them. See, what I always used to do when I made mine is I just used to, you know, kind of cut it like this. Obviously I would have one on both sides, but his makes it a lot easier to do this particular procedure here. So from the middle cut over on the baseline, that is about 6. Did I measure over from that, or did I measure over from the top? I think I measured over from the top. That's 8 millimeter. Is it? Yeah, 8 millimeter from the top. So that's what I did. Okay. So we're going to get Collins' scribing jig in here. And we're going to get a grip on that first. And then we're going to come in 8 millimeters, which is right there. And we're going to set in our 45. Bingo. Just like that. Okay? Easy stuff. All right. Especially when you're using the scribing jigs. All right. Now we're just getting this to depth. Okay. And we are going to switch over to the mirror of the one we were just using. And we're going to measure out again 8 millimeter from that center cut, which is just a little bit farther. I think that should be good. Perfect. Okay. So then we'll get the groove set in here. Okay. And set of matching 45s for those new sub panels. Right? Looking good. All right, let's get this other 45-degree line to depth. Okay, good. And let's get our wraps around the top. Okay. The other one here. Okay. So there are our new sub panels, right? So we are done with the 0.15. Now, the big one that we have to do are the larger notches here and here, right? These little ones we're not going to deal with tonight. You've seen me do those on plenty of occasions. But locating these bigger notches, that's kind of the part that I'm more interested in showing you. And then, you know, it's just a it's a duplication from the front of the foot, really, but it definitely helps to see it again, right? So for this, since this baseline is 2.5 up, we're using 3.5, and we're going up, and that'll get us almost to the middle there. And it's a little offset, but I kind of like the look of it, and that's what we're going to use for our locating our notch here. And we're just going to use the scribing jig. We're going to pull out this notch. Get the debris out of there so this big old thing doesn't ramp up on us. Okay. It feels like we've got the groove set in there pretty good. Now it's just a matter of getting this notch to the proper depth. All right, focus. Come on. There we go. Sort of. Maybe. Maybe not. But anyway, you can see it in the highlight there, and that's kind of what we're going for, right? Let's see. Julio, Mr. Clippin' Nubs, he says, "You're an angle." I'm an angel, motherfucker. Shut up. Let's see. Trav City, have a good night, everyone. I'm out. Travis, thank you for watching, buddy. See you, man. Zircon wants to know, so any good detail parts to look into for 144 scale? Weapon packs and such. Yeah, Koto Okiya makes wonderful weapons, add-on weapons, third-party weapons and stuff like that. They are aimed for their frame arms kits and frame arms girls and all that, and they're usually at about a 144 scale, and those are awesome. I love them. They're very, very good to work with. As far as detail parts, obviously the Apex parts from USA Gundam Store, these are great. Obviously been using them on the shoulders and stuff like that. And we're going to find some other uses for those here very soon. Kotobukiya obviously again makes the modeling support goods, the MSG line, which are these little plastic runners with different sized detail parts. This is just one of a wide variety of them. This is like vents and cross plates and stuff like that, but they've got a ton of other things. Just a supply and the creativity is endless. But those are definitely the ways that I would probably go to their Zircon. Also, Bandai Builder parts. I think some of those are scaled for 144. So yeah, all of those are really good options for detailing parts and weapons and stuff like that. So yeah. Miko says he wishes he was an angle, whatever that means, right? Kevin Branham's out. Good night, all. My bones hurt. Kelvin, take care, buddy. Take care, man. All right, so we're gonna do one more little notching here, and then we're gonna call it a night ourselves because it's the weekend and I want to enjoy it anyway. And I still have to eat dinner. I haven't even eaten dinner today, you guys. I'm starving right now. I've got some tilapia upstairs calling my name, so I'm gonna go grub on some fish. Hell yeah. But anyway, so what we're gonna do here, again, we're using the 0.6, and we're coming over at about 2 millimeters, about 2.5 millimeters from both sides. So we're gonna start off by freehanding this jumpy here, and that looks to be about 2.5. Let's take a measurement, shall we? See how close your boy is. Little off. Good thing I didn't go all the way. All right, let's see how that is. I think I eyeballed these the first time around. Yeah, there we go. That's much better. Okay. So, I'm going to start driving into the plastic just to get a bit of a groove set in, and then we'll start pulling out this notch. There we go. And then we'll flip it around. And focus, damn it. Camera doesn't want to focus tonight. All right, so there you go. Let's match this up here and see if we're in the ballpark. Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty good, yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. And another way to locate mirrored things like this, and this works on the foot because these are flat surfaces and everything. You know, you can just hold these together and just kind of get an idea of where things are located, right? Yeah, see, there you go. So that just gives us a nice mark to work on. And then we can start driving the chisel into the plastic to make that groove. And then depth. All right, let's get a little toothbrush in here. Get as much crud out of there as we can. And there we go. Look at that. Nice and matchy-matchy. Looking good. Other than those two little notches that we have to work on. That looks good. And that looks really good there. Very nice. So, all in all, easy stuff, you guys. As long as you take your time, as long as you have the proper tools and guides, and you don't need the scribing jigs, you can make your own. But I highly suggest, if you are going to get scribing jigs, you know, hook it up with our boy Colin. He does a great job. Well worth the money, and he's an awesome guy. So, yeah, scribing's not hard. It just takes a little bit of time and patience. It's tedious, you know. It's tedious. It just you gotta go slow, right? You gotta go slow. So that's the name of the game. Anyway, Zircon Winter Sweet. We'll look into that since you gave me the okay. I gotten a crazy idea to give the Jesta sort of heavy arms Eagle system and name it the Heavy Weapon Systems Jesta. There you go. Full armor Jesta? Hell yeah. I dig it all. Sperion says, don't eat the talking fish. Call the National Enquirer. Julio says, I'm a curve. We'll nickname it Baby Huey. Nice. Miko says, learning curve for those scribing jigs is very minimal. Can confirm. Yes, and if you haven't checked out, if you haven't seen Miko's post, Gumpla Vapor, yeah, on Instagram. He tagged me and Colin in it today, and he did a great job, dude. You did a really good job with those. Very well done. The scribing jigs are, in my opinion, essential. They're essential tools for getting a really, really good scribing job. Can you do it with tape? Absolutely, you can do it with tape. But the scribing jigs just make it go so much faster. And there's minimal variance in terms of your lines. So, highly suggested. Anyway, that's going to do it for this week, you guys. I think we've had a very, very productive week. I think we've had a really good week. Next week, I think, should be more of the same. I am kind of thinking I might take off on Monday, just to spend, with the kid, since it's a long holiday and everything like that. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. I'm going to see, because she doesn't have school Monday or Tuesday. So I don't know. We may do something. We may watch movies or something fun like that. I don't know. I'll post on social media if I decide to cancel or whatever. Yeah, I might do it. I don't know. I'm still 50-50 on it right now. So just keep it in mind. Giving you fair warning. Yeah. Ben says Patreon Hangout still on. Absolutely. Yeah. 100%, dude. Yeah. So for what Ben's talking about, the first Patreon Hangout is tomorrow for the Let's Hang Out tier, the $25 tier. So that's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow night. Yeah, it's going to be good times. But yes, that is absolutely still on for tomorrow. She's not back until Sunday. She's with her mom right now, and so she's not going to be back until Sunday. So yeah, everything is still on, Ben. Absolutely, 100%. So yeah, guys. So if you are interested in any of the tools and materials that we have been working with here tonight, man, check out the Amazon link below here in the description, that side if you're watching on Facebook. A lot of good stuff in there, a lot of tools and materials, like I said, books for inspiration, gear for streaming if you're into that, resin casting ideas, stuff like that. I do get a bit of a commission based off the stuff that you buy, but it does not increase the cost for you. Just goes to help and support what we do. And if you want to pick up one of the Reapers tees, it's 5 years old today. Or is it 9 years old since it took 4 years to build? I can't decide. Is it like, I don't know. I don't know how that works. We'll call it 5 years old since when I posted it. So anyway, it's 5 years old today. Yeah. So if you haven't seen the pictures of the hummingbird, go check out Child of Mecha's Facebook page, and you'll see all the amazing pictures of the hummingbird. It's awesome. It's my baby. And I both hate it and love it at the same time. So, but yeah, it's what got me to Japan the first time. So can't knock it, right? But go check out the Facebook page and you can see pictures of that. But if you want to pick up one of these awesome shirts of the hummingbird with the designation on the side there, man, go hit up www.childofmecha.com. Hit the store button up at the top. You will find this shirt, many more, hats, prints, all sorts of fun stuff in there. The Ace Pilot series t-shirts are in there. The Mecha Decal insignia t-shirts we just released are in there. Go load up on that. Those have been selling pretty well. And if you really, really want to show your support for Child of Mecha and what we do here, man, hit up the Patreon. A lot of cool stuff hanging out over there. Like I said, I've been posting like a ton over there. I know the guys on the Patreon are probably getting tired of getting all the notifications of when I post, because I've been posting like multiple times a day, it seems. But posting a lot of pictures that don't hit the social media. A lot of cool perks. We're going to do the sticker giveaway next time for those. We're doing the first Patreon hangout tomorrow for the $25 tier, all of that fun stuff. So go, if you really want to show your support, you want to show some love, man, go hit up the Patreon. It would be much appreciated. Aside from that, if you want to, if you're interested in kits, tools, paints, accessories, decals, Mecha Decals, sheets 1, 2, and 3, those are all in stock and shipping now, right down here at USA Gundam Store. Our friends Adam and his fine crew down there will definitely have what you need. So, with that being said, man, have a great weekend, you guys. Have a wonderful Easter. Excuse me. And like I said, we might take off on Monday. I don't know yet. But if we do, come on back here either Monday or Wednesday and see us continue that. I'm sure I'll have, shit, by this rate I'll probably have half the kit done by then. But who knows? Yeah, next week is Mechanism, so stay tuned for that on next Friday. Should be a lot of fun. And just, yeah, have a great, safe weekend out there, guys. Enjoy it with the fam and all that good stuff. Find some chocolate eggs and candy and all that other Easter shit. I don't know. Yeah, remember, build something cool. All right. See you, kids. Bye.